It's a chilly one today. Just dropped the kids off at school. Got to the barn. Talked to Jason. Our early morning meetings every day now are about stalls. How many we have coming in. How many we need to have going out. Especially yesterday, reviewing what horses were sold. Jacob's coming with a number of horses. Do they need to come? A little premature with Maury. I told him, I said, Maury's just going on 5 weeks. We need another week or two for him. He doesn't need to come in right away, but a number of horses do, whether it be in Ontario or whether it be here. A lot of horses coming in and out. So, what are our options? This is what my morning is. We talked about the sale yesterday. We had a number of horses sold. We sold 7 when it was all said and done. Although I don't have the check in hand for George of the Jungle. For George of the Jungle, we did sell him afterwards. I have no reason to believe we didn't. And then a bit of a surprise last night with All Gas No Brakes being claimed. Now, I know Looks Like Money raced earlier, did not race good. And obviously I'm monitoring the situation with Looks Like Money. You know, somebody said, well, you got to get him out of there. We got to do this. We got to do that. You take a horse that's not racing good from somewhere and race him somewhere else. It doesn't mean the horses are just going to come to life immediately. You have to figure out exactly. If he's in a funk, fine, that's different. But if there's something going on, if there's something causing him to be flat, then we need to diagnose that and figure out what is going on with him and fix it. Now, it's pretty clear that 2024 has not been 2023 for Looks Like Money by any stretch of the imagination. But there is the Looks Like Money of 2023 in there somewhere. Where is he and why is he hiding is the question we have to answer. So we'll continue to chip away at that. Harry did have some sickness in his barn a couple of weeks ago. Did it bite this guy? It will throughout the winter. When you get these temperatures, especially around 0, this is the worst time. A little warmer, above 0 during the day and drops way down at night. You know, it happens. That's why you have to watch the babies so close this time of year also. So there's that. Money is a totally different animal. We're trying to look at what's going on with him and where we can fix it. But just putting him on a truck and sending him somewhere is not necessarily just the answer. All Gas No Brakes. I was surprised he was claimed last night. I guess when I step back and look at it, maybe not so surprised. It's a good class for him. That's a lot of money for All Gas No Brakes. I would say he's very similar to Brace for Landing, and I love the way you guys are thinking also, like me. Daryl was the first one, but we did have 2 or 3 emails come in and messages from people saying, hey, now that Gas was claimed, does it make sense to move Brace for Landing back over there? I believe it does. I'm going to have to talk to Tim about that today. He fits the numbers at 10,000 here, which they combine with the numbers at 12 sometimes. So I'm not super interested in that scenario, so to speak. So I'm going to have to ask Tim to keep an eye on that this morning. If they're just going to combine what's left of the Open with the non-winners of 10,000, then no, I'm not real cool with that. But I would suspect that you're going to see Brace for Landing make his way back over there. That class is perfect because, as I've told you a number of times, we have Memory and Imagination, Irresistible Sun getting ready right now, almost ready here in Ohio also. So it does give us options with those horses. Now, put the racing aside. This is what my mornings look like. Emails, talking to Jason about stalls, looking at our overall horses and what horses need to move and come in and go over and come back. And then, obviously, by the time I get here and turn the car off and head towards the barn, the babies, right? Yesterday, somebody said, well, why would you just train Jailbird Jog yesterday? Well, it was just happenstance. I had just finished training Denali Dio. I had taken my watch and put it in my pocket. Went back in the barn, went back out to get a look at Jailbird Jog. I was really impressed with the way she was trotting. I looked down, I said, there's that watch. I pulled it in my pocket and put it on her. And, there's lots of people, you go, we're not recording, Miles, this time of year. I just happened to have that watch with me. So, and Degas may do the very same thing today. And Perfect Thought. I'm going to go with her for sure. I just saw those 2 horses. I want to go with both of them. So those are things that can then happen along the way. Also, my job right now is not to go out and train. That's not my job right now. My job is to take a list of horses that have concerns, whether it be, hey, Anthony, this horse's hock blew up. We'll talk about a couple of them in a minute. Hey, Anthony, this horse is acting up going out the door. This horse is being rude on the track. This horse kicked yesterday. This horse is over on a shaft. So if we have, let's say we had 50 babies here, which we don't, but we've close. If we had those amount of babies, I might start, my list might be 14 to 17. And that would quickly dwindle, as it did yesterday. Obviously, there's no need for Anthony to go Chelber jog anymore. Not for a while anyway. So that list, the goal is to get that list down and keep it down. You're never going to get it to 0, right? It's just not going to happen. But keep it to a really manageable number, and continue to chip away until 8 becomes 5, 5 becomes 3, and so on and so forth. The other list, horses that, as we also talk about that, is I'm getting the information. This horse's hock blew up. This horse is on the left shaft. This horse is on the right line. I'm relaying that. I'm looking at it, going with the horses, and relaying that information to Dr. Latessa. We had 15 horses x-rayed this week just to make sure they're okay. 2 of them did fail, right? Steph's Hope had 2 OCDs, 1 in each hock. It's not a big deal. We can take those out. And Megan's Lucky Day had an OCD and a hind ankle. We'll take that out also. Neither are concerning. It's important to find out now, because during that Christmas break, right? If we get them operated on the 15th, by January 1st, they're usually ready to go. Start back in their jogging. So very, very happy with the way things are progressing, right? We got to move some of the horses we were looking to move out. A little surprised with Gas, but that leaves a hole in our starting rotation, so to speak. Brace for Landing can fill that hole pretty easily. We can push Memory and Imagination likely over to Tim, which is a much better fit. He fits that class Pickpocket was in. And if it doesn't fill, he can fit in a number of classes. So that's a good spot for him. We still have our horses racing in Dayton. We still have our horses racing at Northfield. I'm looking at a couple of horses today that are selling on Gate, and we'll continue to acquire horses as the season goes on. Nothing is ever perfect. As I told you, we'll sell these ones, bring new ones in, and it's never that easy. But the acquisitions are out there. You just keep your eye open. So that's where we're at right now at the barn this morning. We have somebody's racing tonight. Who is it? I'm driving it here. Tuesday night is Vehement. Ooh, what race are we in? 7, right in the middle. Okay. Vehement races tonight. Our only concern with Vehement was, is the track going to be icy? Are we going to need some cork on him? And if we do put that cork on him, which we will, how will that change his gait? Will that change his gait? Will it matter at all? I don't know. We're going to find out tonight. But last night was a good night. Looks like Money wasn't great. Was sound. I guess my takeaway from that was he was sound. There wasn't anybody there to scope him last night, which is a little disappointing. But we'll get on top of that. And All Gas No Brakes raced great and was claimed. Wednesday, and this isn't updated, but we have Denali Dio and Casanova Hall both in. I like both horses. Casanova Hall has been great. Denali Dio, we're just working on changing him around to get him a little more screwed down, tightened up, and dialed in. So that is why he was training yesterday. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you're having a good start to your day. I just got a message from James. That was a pretty good price for All Gas. No question mark. I hope you're having a good start to your day. I am going to go with Degas. Going to go with our girl Perfect Thought and get to it. So you get to work. I'll get to work. We'll talk later. Take care.